Zeno, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm doing great. I said that right? Zeno?
Yes, yes, yes,
Zeno
yes.
Robinson. Guys, it's
Yeah.
Zeno Robinson in the house!
Woo! Wow.
Before we get into all your crazy credits, I thought all these bandages were for a role. Talk to me. Are we
No.
doing okay?
I'm fine. I have a one wheel at home, and if anybody doesn't know what that is, it's like a motorized, it's kind of like a skateboard, but like it has one wheel, hence the name in the center, a big wheel. And it's like professional grade, and you move it forward by shifting your weight forward on it, and it goes. I was coming home 2 days ago. So I was coming and I was going really fast. Like, these things go like 10 to 15 miles an hour. I was going really fast. And I think usually when I go too fast, it gives me a pushback. There's a mechanism that's like, hey, you're going too fast, like slow down. So it slows you down. But I didn't feel any. And the board did this. It just gave up on me. It just like, it ejected me like a nosedive and ejected me from it. So I went flying and yeah, I had to get stitches. I have like 6 stitches under here.
Oh my goodness. I
And
saw your
like,
post and I was
yeah,
like,
my hands
dude,
are all
he's like
bruised.
doing Oh,
Yeah.
that stings. I can
Yeah.
feel it. I want to let the chat know what you're known for. So we have some crossover. I also worked on Big City Greens. You play Remy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I play a random dentist. It doesn't matter.
Oh, great.
Hawks in My Hero Academia. That's a huge deal, dude.
Mhm.
What an amazing show.
Thank you.
Go and Pokemon, Cyborg and Young Justice, which is a show that is it's so beautiful and has such incredible people working on it.
Mhm.
And the Golden Guard
Yeah,
in
Owl
Owl
House.
House. I want to know more
Yes.
about this guard. Like, what a
For if anybody in the chat who doesn't know what Owl House is, Owl House is another Disney show. Golden Guard is part of the Emperor's Coven. There's an Emperor of the Boiling Isles, and he has a coven of like really like top notch like witches. And the Golden Guard is the second in command, but he becomes the first in command as of season two, enforcer. And so the Golden Guard is this like mysterious figure who's serves directly under Emperor Belos and the Witch's Coven.
how did you start so young in this? Like, why did you get this job? Why were you one of those kids that just is like, I want to do stuff, and your parents were like, yeah, let's go send him to an audition?
Pretty kind of sort of, yeah. Like I started I discovered acting in middle school. I watched a play and then I was like, oh, I want to do that. So like my mom put me through a program that let me like take like 10 weeks of classes and introduce and like audition in front of agents. And so I did, and I auditioned in front of my would be my agent Melissa at that time, and then she signed me and picked me up. And then I got picked up by CESD through that. And then they happened to send me, I was only supposed to be there commercially, but they happened to send me like a voiceover audition, which happened to be Alan in Ben 10 Alien Force. So like I auditioned and then I booked that. And then I was like, oh, like this is what this is. So then once I did that, my mom started putting me in the classes and helping me kind of teaching me like what like voiceover is and how to study it and how to, yeah.
How old
So
were you when you did this?
14.
14.
Mhm.
So you were that kid that would be like, oh, sorry, teacher, I gotta go just kind of voiceover, then I
Exactly.
gotta
Yeah.
record.
I'd be like, oh, hey, teacher, like I'm gonna have to miss school today because I'm gonna be at Cartoon Network, which is pretty cool. I was already working on like Big City Greens and Creek of the Creek at this time, and then this audition came in, and it was clearly codenamed because they codenamed it sometime, and but it was clearly Cyborg. Like me and another client, like at CESD, like my friend Jason, were like, this is Cyborg. I don't know why they're trying to hide it. Like this is Warner Brothers audition format. This is totally Cyborg. And because it was Cyborg, I was like, well, not gonna get it. Kari Payton's the premier Cyborg for everything, so I don't even know why they're handing this to me. Like they're gonna like giving me like hope that they're gonna maybe pick me. Like no, this is definitely Kari Payton's character. He's played Cyborg for years. This audition's a formality. My agent emailed me or called me and was like, hey, like this just came in. I just saw this that they want you today for a callback for the thing you auditioned for the other day. Can you make it today? And I was like, yes, whatever. I don't care what I'm doing today. I'll drop everything that I'm doing. I'll go. So I go and I'm like, okay, cool. Well, maybe this is Cyborg. They kind of want me for Cyborg, I think, but I'm not gonna assume. Like maybe it's something totally different. And so I'm there, and the producer, the line producer of the show, like the coordinator. She's like, oh, hey, like, they'll be with you in a second. They're just handling like the last person. And yeah, just wait here. And I was like, oh, hey, can I know the producers' names just so I know their names? I'll walk in the room. And she's like, yeah, Greg Wiseman. And I go, and she's like, Brandon Vietti. And I'm like, so Young Justice is one of my favorite shows. Like, it was one of my favorite shows of all time. When it came out on Cartoon Network in like 2012, I was like, oh my God, this is my favorite freaking show. It's so good. Every week, it's always like, it's agonizing having to wait a week every week to get a new episode.
Yeah.
And so when Cartoon Network canceled it, I was furious. I was like, this is the best show on the network. Why would they do that? The show is so good. And I was so upset. I was like signing petitions to get a new season. I was like supporting it. I was like being all mad on Facebook. I can't believe they would do this to my favorite show. Like, this show is the best show on Cartoon Network right now. And so like I was literally legitimately fighting for a season 3. So then we fast forward to me in that room, and she tells me the names of the producers of the show. And I was like, this is Young Justice. I have a callback for the new season. And I was like, oh my gosh. I did that. And then when I was done, they were like, yeah, thanks for auditioning. Sometimes with these things, like, you do them and you just gotta wait and see. So we'll thank you. And you did good. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I didn't get it. He was like, can we tell them, guys? And I was like, and they were like, he was like, yeah, I'll tell them. And then like Brandon was like, you got it. You got the job. And I was like, oh my God.
In the moment.
Yeah, in the moment, right there in the room. That never happens. They never tell you in the room.
What does your Spider-Man character sound like?
It's like my regular voice.
Are a lot of them just your regular voice? Young?
Yeah, but like, so with some modifications, like Hawks is my regular voice, but it's a little closer to the chest, it's a little like lazier. It's a little,
it's a little cool,
a little laid back, right there.
And Cyborg
is a little deeper actually than my regular voice. So he's kind of like right here. And he's from Detroit, so I gave him a little bit of the edge. But also, Kari Payton, when he does Cyborg, he does this little thing because that's how he acts. But he has this kind of like, he kind of drags out some stuff sometimes. So, he's like, oh yeah. And, he's got that little rasp. I'll try to give him that little rasp too. But yeah, like he's a little, that's a little, yeah.
So there's been a lot of Go fans here. What's the deal with Pokemon in your life? Did you enjoy it before it came about? Like,
up on Pokemon. One of my first like pillows was a Pokemon pillow my dad got me. I was one of those kids who had Pokemon Yellow and on the Game Boy Color, and I had to get the little light attached to it so I could see in the dark when I played. I was the kid who had the Nintendo DS underneath his pillow. And
man, what does Go sound like?
So Go is like up here. He's like a really like he's sensitive but he's really excited about Pokemon. All he wants to do is catch every single Pokemon that he can. And he has this catchphrase that's like, it's my future and I can hold that future in the palm of my hand. So he's very, he's very smart. He like knows a lot about Pokemon. He's very fashionable. And he like has this backstory where he doesn't it was a little socially awkward in the like earlier stages of his life. And he didn't really have a lot of friends outside of his friend Chloe. So I also I'm discovering too that every Pokemon he catches, he appreciates it because these are, alongside Ash, but these Pokemon he collects and catches, by extension are his friends. And his dream, I'm gonna catch Mew. Like that's all he wants to do. He's like catching is understanding. So I'm gonna catch every Pokemon and then catch the Pokemon that has all their DNA. Mew. So like, he wants
You are so cute. I just want to squeeze it. So if you were to catch a Pokemon, what would it be and why? Thank you. It's JoJo-licious for that question.
My favorite Pokemon is a Cyndaquil. So it would be a Cyndaquil.
Zeno should do one of Sombra's voice lines and Carolina do Go's catchphrase. All right. Give me Go's catchphrase and I'll try and imitate you, and then I'll do Sombra doing that. All right, so let me give you a Sombra one. I like when she says, I know Kung Fu.
I know Kung Fu.
Oh my God, so cute. Mess with the best and die like the rest.
Mess with the best and die like the rest.
It's too cute, man. She's like the edge is lost. I love it. And then my ultimate would be in Spanish, apagando las luces.
Apagando las luces.
Oh my God. You just stole Sombra's job and made it adorable.
It's my future, and I can hold it in the palm of my hand.
It's my future, and I can hold it in the palm of my hand.
So adorable.
And Sombra would just make it real evil. It's my future, and I can hold it in mi palma de la mano.
Ooh.
Yeah. So is there anything that's coming out soon that you can talk about and share that you don't have an NDA for, that the chat will be excited to know about, or that you're super excited about?
Chris Tales, and comes out on the 20th, which is I play Christopher, and he's like, he's the standard like edgy boy, anime hero, like, hey, what's up, Chris Bell, you got it, you good, we're gonna go do this thing now. So like he's I
love it.
He's a sweetheart, and that's gonna be super fun, and I'm very excited to play that.
Where can people find you on the socials? Because you have done some Streamily signings, correct?
I've done quite a few. They can find me at Childish Gamzino, which is
Danny already threw that into the chat. How did you come up with this amazing username?
Childish Gambino is my favorite artist. He's also known as Donald Glover. He's an actor, writer. He does everything. And somebody called me that once. They're just like, it's like a Childish Gambino moment for you, because I sometimes like I sound like him, or I remind people of him.
Yeah, you have that energy.
Yeah. So like that just kind of became I just kind of was like,
cool.
oh, that's cool. Like that'll just be my Twitter name, Childish Gambino. And like
nice. And guys, Zeno has to go to work, so keep booming and booping. Boop.